This potatoes gratin without cream is kind of an accidental, lazy recipe. I love potatoes. I could eat potatoes every single day, all day. Honestly, if they said you could only have one food for the rest of your life, I would probably pick potatoes. So I was cooking one night and I wanted like a potatoes au gratin kind of thing, but I didn't really know how to make it and I also didn't have any cream. So I just decided, okay, I'm gonna slice these potatoes up, throw some butter, throw some cheese. It was so much better than I thought it was gonna be, and it became an instant classic in our house. We are going to use a mandolin to cut our potatoes 1/4 inch thickness so that we have even cuts of potato and so that we don't have some that are overcooked and some that aren't cooked all the way through. What I'm gonna do is take my stick of butter. I'm going to grease the inside of this 9x9 pan. Just to give me a little bit of help when I try to get the potatoes out because sometimes they can stick. They get really crispy on the bottom and they're delicious, but they do stick. All right, I've got my 5 washed potatoes. All right, I have my mandolin set on 1/4 inch. Ooh, gotta be careful. So, as always, when we're using a mandolin, be very, very careful. They're so sharp and I cut my hands on them all the time. So either wear a glove or just work very cautiously when you're doing this so that we don't end up with blood in our potatoes. Oop, almost got me. This is a very simple weeknight side dish idea. After we cut these potatoes with the mandolin, we are not going to rinse them. The natural starch in a potato is going to help keep these potatoes stuck together as they cook and as we serve them. So I just cut them straight from the mandolin, start layering them, seasoning them, adding cheese, and continue going. I would not recommend you rinse your potatoes off for that reason. All right, so as I have enough potatoes, I'm just going to start layering them half on top of each other. And I use every one that I have, even if they're tiny or just the skin side. And this will let me know how many more potatoes I need because these are kind of small, so 4 or 5 might not be enough. Now that I have the potatoes, I'm going to season. So I'm going to do salt, pepper, cayenne, rosemary, thyme, onion powder, and garlic powder. All right, now I'm going to cut off little thin slivers of butter, just kind of however you're wanting it, and just place them around your potatoes. This is going to help season, but also help steam. Once that butter melts, it's going to steam up and help the potatoes cook. All right, we've got to talk about cheese. Bagged cheese is very convenient, but it doesn't match the meltiness of cheese that you've shredded yourself. I always get the largest block of extra sharp cheddar cheese I can find, and I shred it in my food processor. You can also use a cheese grater. It tastes sharper that way, and it melts so much better than the pre-shredded stuff, because the pre-shredded has that cellulose stuff on the outside of it to keep it from sticking in the bag. It kind of keeps it from melting in our potatoes gratin. So if you must, you can use it, but I think that once you start grating your own cheese, you will really see the difference and you won't go back. I'm adding my shredded cheese. Just do like a handful. Kind of see where we're at. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to continue with my mandolin until I get 2 to 3 layers, depending on how much you want. This really does taste good the next day. So I do like to make extra, especially if you heat it up in the oven again. A lot of the times I'll save the tin foil that I used to cook it and just cover it back up, and then the next day heat it up in that same baking dish. Start my layers again. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gonna, you know, it's gonna be a big pile of potatoes. Right. And then our salt, pepper, all those seasonings once again. Okay, I'm adding some more cheese. And I'm going to use these as my last layer. Since there's not too many, I'm not overlapping them as much. Okay, and then I'll season those, put some tin foil, and be ready to put them in the oven. All right, I've got all of the layers and the butter. I'm going to add the tin foil. Seal it up tight. And this will go in the oven at 400 degrees for 30 minutes before we check them. So you might be wondering, why am I not putting the cheese layer on top while they're cooking initially? I like my cheese layer on top to be super crispy. So I don't want it to steam and then have that fat melt off into the bottom of my potatoes. I want it to be there to crisp up on the top. So when the potatoes are cooking with the aluminum foil on top, that's going to steam them. And then when I want to crisp them up, that's when I'm going to add the cheese to get that nice crispy cheese layer on top. So before you add that cheese, you want to make sure you poke either a fork or a skewer all the way down through to all the layers. If you're met with resistance, it still needs more time. If you're not, that's when you can add the last bit of cheese. All right, our potatoes gratin have been in the oven for 30 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off and then check to see if they're tender or if they need more time covered. I actually have my thermometer here, so I'm just going to poke it straight through. Oh, there's definitely still resistance. I'm going to cover these back up, give them 15 more minutes before checking again. All right, this is my second check of the potatoes. We just want to see if they are still any resistance. If there are, we need to keep cooking. If not, we'll add the cheese on top. Everything seems good. I'm just adding the cheese on the top. I won't be putting the foil back on it. We're going to cook it just so that the cheese melts and gets nice and crisp. Back to the oven for about 15 minutes. All right, and those are our potatoes gratin. They've got that nice crust of cheese on top. I'm going to let them cool for about 10 minutes while our turkey is still cooling, just so it's easier to get out of the pan and doesn't fall all apart. All right, now time to try the potato. I know it's going to be hot. I love potatoes. It's subtly herby, cheesy, salty. The texture is really soft, but it also has that crunch from the cheese on the top. It's a simple weeknight side dish that your family will love and that doesn't take much time to prepare. If you enjoy this recipe, please like and subscribe. I'm really looking forward to building this channel and have fellow cooks who want to cook delicious meals with me. If you like this recipe, it's at my website, The Bluster and the Burrow. I will link it below in case you want to check that out. It's got all the measurements and the entire recipe. But it tastes more, it's a